Good afternoon. My name's Sam Avina, and I'm gonna be talking to you guys about Jack Kerouac's Big Sur. I picked this particular book and writer because he was a part of, actually, the co-founder of the Beat period, which was right after World War II. I'm a big American history fan, and I just thought this is an interesting topic to discuss with my fellow classmates. So I wanted to do quite a bit of research, and Jack Kerouac and his followers really questioned American morality as far as what do you need to be happy. I mean, there were a lot of issues coming back after the war. A lot of people going back to work. There were a lot of people not able to go back to work, and there was a huge economic boom right after the war. So Jack Kerouac, he pretty much discusses why. Why does everything need to happen? And so he really was a very descriptive writer, um, almost random in his topics. But as he writes, especially this book, Big Sur, right, which I really enjoy, they all come together. It's all about his life during these couple of months that he took. He stayed out in Big Sur, from staying from his home from New York, and he just wrote about what he saw, what he felt. It was about his life. And do you need the big house and all the cars and all the materialistic things, or the principles of what American society had always thought you needed? So he was a really, really true person that just didn't care what he wrote about. He didn't care to be a type of person that was had a huge social following. He had a lot of friends all over the world, and he was a lot of fun to be around. Although he was an alcoholic and he died from that, he had a lot of people who cared about him, including his girlfriend at the time, before his death. And pretty much once he passed away, that's when his writings really took off, and people started to appreciate him. But he pretty much was right before the civil rights movement, and he's helped start the I guess you would call them like the beatniks type of subculture, like the anti-culture of American society. So he even refers to some of the younger crowd as hipsters, and he talks about it in this story where he had some people come up, some college students come up to where he was staying at in a cabin, all secluded, and they said, how about you come and talk with us? We've been doing your reading, and why don't you come and talk to us? And he was like, no, no, thank you, it's okay. And so he says, come on, I want to hear your stories as along with a bottle of wine. And so he's like, well, there's wine included. So Jack went right along with him and discussed and heard what those people thought about his writing. And he was like, wow, am I really influencing this culture that's gonna ends up being the hippie period? So I just thought it was kind of interesting how reflective he was. And it all goes back to, I guess, us as being teachers, how reflective we have to be and how we influence the next generation. So hopefully that gives you a pretty good background of what the whole my paper was about, and how he was not expected to be extremely famous, but he ended up having a very decent following. And for whatever happened, he throughout his life he left a legacy. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you are able to read some of his writings. They're a lot of fun, very descriptive, very gritty, but it just gives you a different perspective of how American history, American his society was during the 50s. And I hope you read some of his work. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful summer break.